Today is Monday, November 7th, 2022. Doing a update video on the house remodel. Specifically, the interior is what I'm working on. This subflooring is to be torn off, replaced with new subflooring. Most likely just some OSB tongue and groove. And then some laminate floor on top of that. So as I started tearing off this subflooring, I wanted to clear out the crawl space. There's a lot of debris left over, junk, trash from the previous owner. I just left it down there. So spent some time cleaning that out down there. It's nice and clean now, for the most part. And then while I was down there cleaning it up, a couple things I noticed. First thing I noticed is when I was walking across a couple of these joists here. There was a little bit of a bounce to it. See that? I don't have that here or here, but you can even see from right here the light seeping through the bottom of that joist there, right there. It shouldn't be there in the light. So not all of them have that. So while I was down there, I discovered, I'll show you, hang on a sec. While I was down here, not only did I discover that this is loose, see that? There's a little bit of a gap here. There you go. And like I said, not all of them have that. So as I go down here, see, that's nice and tight. That one's nice and tight. This one, maybe a hair. But as I lift this, it'll correct that. And then you can see here with the light shining through, definitely a gap. So that explains this bounce here, which you can't have, for sure, it's gotta go. And also right here, more specifically, as you'll see, this freaking girder or carrying beam support post is freaking loose. Look at this. Hang on. Let's see if we can get you a better shot of that. Anyway, this thing is loose right here. This should not be moving. So what I need to do is lift this beam with a couple jacks I got from Amazon, and then most likely remove this post, pour a little concrete footing down there, and then a couple different ways I'm thinking options I have to reinstall that post. But at the end of the day, what I'm thinking is they make this a J57 bracket from Simpson. It's like a leveler, and you can adjust it. So if the concrete does settle or the soil settles underneath the concrete, you can adjust it with like a wrench. So yeah, so these are 4x6s. I'm gonna tear this off. Probably not reuse it. It doesn't look bad, but maybe I'll reuse it. I don't know. Doesn't look like it has rot or anything. It's probably a 100-year old piece of wood. Yeah, and then lift this up, level that out, and then hopefully it'll fix a few of these gaps. The gaps are really between this, yeah, I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 at the most. joists have a little bit of gap that needs to be addressed. And I think lifting it will address all of them. And then also, you gotta check this one out too. This is hilarious. Down here, some of these other posts definitely need to be addressed. So check out this puppy. What the fuck? Surprisingly, it's not loose, and there's actually another legit post right on the other side of it, so that's not them holding up the whole floor. I think this post right here might be a little loose. And then there's only 4 posts holding up this whole beam. And then after that, I gotta go down and address this side here, which I haven't even got to yet. I'm gonna strip off this floor before I get to that. So yeah, kind of just work one post at a time, work my way around. And then once I get the floor level, I'll be comfortable putting subfloor on it. And then, yeah. And then after this room, I gotta address that room, which I know is super fucked up from looking underneath the crawl space. All sorts of beams and posts that aren't supposed to be there or falling apart. But anyways, this is what it looks like as of now. After I'm done doing those posts, I'll tear up this remaining subfloor here and adjust the beam that's sitting just right here. So same thing with this one. I'll see which ones need to be replaced. But yeah, as you can see, it's coming together. A lot of work, but it's definitely gonna come together here pretty soon. After the flooring is done, I'll throw some insulation and then drywall. Probably hire the drywall out because I really don't want to mess with that. I don't want to have fucked up looking drywall in the house. And then once I finish doing the subfloor in this room, I'll hop over here to my mom's room. She's gonna be staying here in this room. Tear up this subfloor underneath here. I know it's gonna need a shitload of work, so I'm expecting the worst. And then once I'm finished with that, fresh subfloor, I'll just work my way along the back of the house. I'll do this little walkway area, and then I'll go into Lego's room, and then I'll finish off with the bathroom. So that's the game plan. See how it pans out. But today's November 7th, 2022. I'm hoping to have this subfloor figured out and finished by this time next month, because it takes 7 days supposedly for the concrete to settle once I pour it before I can put any brackets or put the weight back on it. Yeah, so I don't know how much longer or shorter it could possibly take me, but that's the game plan. All right, update later.